I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
So this is another paid request, this time from Frame by Frame, and those interested in requesting pretty much any type of video, commentary, topic, review, whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is the new M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong flick, Old. You know, I mean, M. Night has this tendency, not all, but a lot of times, these one-word titles: Unbreakable, Signs, Split, Old. How about you make a sequel? How about, no, you make a movie called Fuck, and then you make a sequel called Yourself. Can you do that, M. Night? Or how about, this shit's old. I'm too old for this shit. Your shtick is old. It's getting old. It's been old. And they keep this guy fucking jobs. Even though he's an untalented, overrated, he's a shitty director, he's a shittier writer. The Sixth Sense is okay at best. I think Stir of Echoes, that came out that same time, is a better movie. It deserved more of the acclaim. Sorry, I think Stir of Echoes is a better movie, with Kevin Bacon. Unbreakable is his best film. Signs I can watch, even though the ending is like, I can watch Signs. After that, it's shit. Fuck Glass. Lady in the Water is a joke. The Happening is a joke. The Visit. I remember when The Visit came out. Oh, M. Night's back. I'm like, what? If you like the film, that's fine. I don't get it. The Visit. That's a film where I haven't seen my grandparents in like 20 years. I'm just going to send my kids on a train and I'm not even going to... I could be sending them into fucking strangers. I'm not be the worst mom in the world, which is probably why she raised the dumbest kids in the world, because, oh, here's this naked-ass, old-ass woman with her titties out, with a knife clawing at the door, outside of our door, and the cameras see it, and, you know, when you see a 70, 60-year-old, titty out, clit out, old-ass lady clawing at your door with a knife, and you're talking to your mom on Skype, what's the thing you should say? Everything's okay, Ma. Everything's okay. Sound like Tim Allen. Oh, that's the movie that It Scares was an old-ass lady acting like the fucking Roadrunner under a house. I have cats. I just heard them fight. Even they thought it was so fucking dumb. They just heard through my door how fucking stupid that was. They fought. Because otherwise their brain would explode from the stupidity. The brain would literally explode from the stupidity. What? Yeah. She looked like a fucking roadrunner. And he's always got to have a twist. Even though it's a joke now. He knows it's a joke. But it's always got to be a fucking twist. I don't know if there was a twist in After Earth. Well, the entire movie was a fucking twist. A twist of your nuts. Like, After Earth, The Last Airbender, like, how many shitty movies does he need to make? Is there a limit? Oh, but somehow Split and Glass made money. I don't know why Glass made money. It ruined the Unbreakable franchise. Hey, you like that character, Bruce Willis? Let's take a dump on his head. Let's have him do nothing but be in a fucking asylum. And then let him drown in a puddle this big. So that shitty characters can rise. Fuck Glass. It's like Die Hard. Glass, who gives a shit about Glass? Yeah, because everyone's talking about Glass nowadays. That classic. Fuck Glass. I like Unbreakable. I think that was luck that you got that made. The Village. The Happening. What? No. I know I'm 5 minutes in. I haven't gone to the movie because I'm getting myself set, ready, and go. Got my shorts on. Got my mellow yellow. My back to the wall. The idea is an interesting idea. It's, hey, let's have a group of people on a beach, and they start getting older, and they live a lifetime through one day. Now, granted, I would have preferred if this was in the hands of a better director, and maybe in the hands of a week, and you could get some really good pathos about what if you lived the entire life in 1 week and lost and not be able to explore more and not be able to cherish each moment, all the time that you feel like you wasted. And I think you, again, get some really good drama out of it, get some really stellar performances. You did a really good cast. You did a guy or gal who knows how to write dialogue, who knows how to direct actors. Instead, you did M. Night, who I swear is an alien. Or part alien, part robot. Because this guy does not know how to write dialogue. He does not know how to direct actors. When he directs actors, they seem like they're acting like aliens. Like if aliens are trying to pretend what humans, how they talk and how they act. Every performance is awful in this movie. It's given performances that are unnatural and awkward. So every interaction is awkward. And the acting. You're always thinking about the future. You have a kid going up, excuse me, people, what are your names and occupation? Which fucking kid talks like this, other than the kid that gets punched in class? What are your names and your occupation, everyone, please? I curate exhibits in museums. I tell you this so that you do not think I am hysterical. Who the fuck talks like that? Who the fuck talks like this? So just the acting, the characters, and you don't care about the characters because you don't know much about the characters. It's just, we're introduced to them, and oh, that guy's a surgeon, that guy is a black rapper named Mid-Sized Sedan. Oh, because this M. Night's making fun of rapper names and how silly they are. Mid-Sized Sedan. It just comes off as stupid, dumb. Why do you need a goofy rapper name in the story that's supposed to be a very deep, creepy story? And, oh, here's a rapper named Mid-Sized Sedan, so people keep calling him Mid-Sized Sedan. It's like in The Happy, out of the blue, the guy talking about hot dogs and how much he likes hot dogs. This guy does not know how to deal with humor. He does not know how to deal with horror. And, yeah, the idea is interesting, but it's not original. I've seen episodes of The X-Files do this. Season 2.com. DODKALM. Yes, it was an episode in X-Files, and it was in Season 2 before it really became a phenomenon. So they didn't have the biggest budget, so the old makeup isn't the best. But that was Mulder and Scully. They were in, I think, like a ship, a freighter ship. Like, they found it, and they found all these people that are exponentially old, and the longer they're there, the more older they get. That was a better experience than this. You can watch an episode of The X-Files. This is like an episode of The Twilight Zone, but stretched out to 2 hours. And maybe it would work better as an episode of a show. Already in the hands of a better writer-director. The way it starts. This family of 4 going up to this resort, and the dialogue is so on the nose. It hit you in the face with a dick. What was that? Oh, great, I got some pre-cum on my nose. Thank you. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like, the pre-cum. The pre-cum on your fucking nose. What do I mean by that? Oh, I'm sorry, doctor. I hear your voice. You have a beautiful voice. I can't wait to hear it when you're older. Hey, Dad, can I go scuba diving? I don't know, son. I think you're a bit too young for that. The parents are fighting. You always think about the future. I did it. Hear your voice when you're older. Scuba diving, think you're a bit too young. Think about the future. Yes, I did it. It's a movie about people getting old. Yeah, I mean, just put on a fucking neon sign, M. Night. So they go to a resort, and they're just hanging around. They get these cocktails, which I'll get to those later. And, like, the one boy is talking to a boy who's there, and this is what I'm talking about with the way M. Night has these people at. The kid goes up to the other kid and, hello, we could become neighbors. How did he word it? Maybe we become, hey, will you be my friend? Maybe we become best friends and we could go to college together, and then we could become neighbors with mortgages. Who the fuck talks like that as a kid? We could become neighbors with mortgages. Who the fuck talks like... Again, is M. Night an alien? Is he from outer space? He doesn't know how human beings talk. Does he talk to human beings? Does he? In his free time? Does he talk to human beings? Is he someone who's just in some basement? And somehow, some way, some form, he keeps getting movies. Of all the directors that never get a movie again, or did put a movie jail, because for some reason his fucking movies like The Visit, Split, they made money. I don't know why. And this movie made money. They didn't get my money. Well, how do you see it? You can guess. I met One-Eye Willie and Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow. I met with them on the high seas. Like most movies today. Just fuck them. Just like 95% of movies suck. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I do think 5% of movies are good nowadays. They don't know how to fucking make a good movie. I like Nobody. I like Willy's Wonderland. I like this movie called Boss Level. I didn't mind this movie, which you'll see later, Wrath of Man with Jason Statham. Didn't mind that movie. You'll see that either before or after this, I don't know. It'll be sometime this month. But fuck, man. So after shit acting, that family of 4, this woman who has like calcium deficiency, this doctor surgeon who's like her hubby, they have a little girl. There's another, well, they come later. This older, much older lady. They all go to the resort, and you know who takes them to not the beach? You know who takes them to the beach? M. Night. M. Night, stop casting yourself in your fucking movies. You act for shit. You cannot act. Anytime I see M. Night's face, I'm like, please leave forever. Because you can't act, you can't direct. Stop putting yourself in these fucking movies. It's like in Lady in the Water when he's like, I am the author of the book that will save the world and change the world. Sure you are, in your mind. You're a legend in your own mind. You're a fucking joke. That's the thing, M. Night doesn't realize he's the fucking joke. He's a fucking joke, and he doesn't realize it. Why do people keep giving them money? There are other ways to see these movies. Trust me. I know this for a fact. But people love this. This is 6 on IMDb. 6. For what? Oh, it's creepy. It's creepy. It's laughable. A goddamn lady turns to a pretzel. And that's with shitty effects. It's like, I'm a pretzel. Because that was laughable as fuck. It's boring. It's way too long. The ending feels like it goes on forever. Because so many times, like, M. Night knows this shit's confusing. So he has people explaining everything. Because they just happen to know what's going on, and then the ending goes on for like 15 minutes explaining and explaining and explaining, and there's still shit that doesn't make sense. That means you did a piss poor job at writing your movie. So M. Night drives them. That's when the kid's like, what are your names and occupation? I'm like, is this kid extraterrestrial? So they get there, and then there's a guy who's been there for a while, a black guy, a rapper named Mid-Size Sedan. Just I want to make fun of rapper names. The acting is just awkward. Like, they find a dead body. Now, when you find a dead body, what would you do? Get the fuck out of there immediately. No. Oh, man, we found a dead body, but, I mean, we don't want to, ruin our vacation. I mean, we'll, hopefully they'll come back. M. Night driving that bus will come back and we'll meet them then. What the fuck? Also, that's when they start aging, and that shit is inconsistent. They say, we age a year every 30 minutes, but then... That's not it, because when an old lady dies, they find her body later, and it's decomposed to the point that there's only bones. It's like, man, that's like 7 years and 3 hours? Some people age, some people don't. Some people age differently, some people age faster, only when the supply is convenient. Whenever the fuck he wants to. And say, wait a minute, shouldn't you be older here? And then apparently it's not just their body, but somehow their mind as well. Because there's a bit where, my mind is funny too, I keep seeing these images. And apparently it's because of these rocks. People say, it's these cocktails. I'm going to jump ahead, spoilers, jump ahead. All this is happening because a research team just somehow found this beach, I don't know how. That'd be a story. How the fuck did someone find this beach and find out this was going on and escape? Because apparently if you try to go through the rocks, it fucks up your mind, you black out, and you just, by yourself, wobble backwards back to the beach. Right, I don't know why your body wouldn't just collapse. I don't know why your body would just, sleepwalk backwards? That's what they make it seem like. You just sleepwalk backwards. You do? I get these headaches, and somehow that makes me sleepwalk backwards from the cavern, so I cannot leave. What? So the research team will give test subjects, give them these cocktails. The cocktails are medicine, and they pit people, for the most part, who are sick. They maybe have Parkinson's, they have epilepsy, they have something to do with blood clots. And so they give each one a specific cocktail, and then with the research, they put these people on the beach, and they go through their entire lifetime in a day in order to get the research data of, okay, did this thing work? Did it not work? Oh wait, this person didn't have epilepsy for 8 hours. That's like 16 years. Or whatever the fuck he said. Again, if you try to think about it, you'll go insane. Why is the black guy never aging? The black girl's aging, even though he makes the line, black don't crack. It's medicine. People are like, it's the medicine. No. That medicine is not dealing with the aging. The whole beach rock area is with the aging. The cocktail is the hopeful cure to whatever ailment, and then they, throughout a year, I mean, throughout a day, they go through their lifetime and someone's watching and studying. There's a lot of questions I have about that too. Like, all these people, like, you're up to like 70 groups. There's like 73, experiment 73. Don't any of these people have friends and family that would notice something? Like, hey, let me tell you, I'm going to this resort. I'll see you guys next week. Oh, I texted someone. By the way, I'm going to this resort. I'll see you next week. And then wouldn't, if enough people, well, wait a minute, like 15 people said they went to the same resort. Let me investigate. No, that never comes up. Isn't there more to research data than just time? Is it also environment? Certain like foods, like, isn't there a lot of stuff that's about stress level and your environment and like all more stuff to deal with research data than just time? Wouldn't stress, because oh my god, I'm stressed out that I'm growing older. And how do you know your body would act the same there, growing so old? It wouldn't, because you get cut. When people get cut, it's like Wolverine. So your body's not even reacting what normally it is. Like when you get cut, we don't heal immediately. Some people it takes longer to heal than others. Just because it worked on them wouldn't mean it worked on someone who just living a natural life. Idea, what if that cocktail, maybe it fucks up if you're in a certain climate or you're a certain stress level. I keep repeating that. It seems like there's more to do with it. Like, what you eat, well, if you eat this kind of food, or you drink this, or if you drink alcohol, if you drink... No. Plus, they mention at the end, but then they don't really think about it. You put, like, the mental deficiencies with the physical deficiencies, so, like, one guy murders another, so that fucks up your research. It's like, well, yeah, I know, but, anyway. Like, shh. And yeah, I don't know why the black guy didn't fucking age, but everyone else aged. People go, oh, no, he didn't. No, I didn't. The medicine is not, that doesn't deal with the aging. Oh, well, they took him off the cocktail. When? Oh, well, they say at the end of the film, man, I was upset that one guy killed the other guy because it ruined our test on the individual with the blood clot problem, which is the black guy, mid-sized sedan. So obviously, no, they didn't give any fucking cure to the aging because they were upset that the guy died because they wanted to see the results of him. He just didn't age. Black don't crack. Even though there's a black lady, and I guess she cracked because she gets older. I don't know. The way people act, I don't like this dynamic. And then you try to go through this narrow passage. I'm blacked out. I will go backwards onto the beach. The direction in this, people praise the direction. I don't know what they're talking about. This has poor direction. M. Night has these shots, the way he frames these shots, where there'll be someone's hair will be like over here. Actually, go. Look. Imagine someone's just over here, and then somebody's like over here. Or, I don't even know how you do it. Like, okay, yeah, imagine like this. Someone's head is just here. Like that. That's a perfect shot. And imagine like maybe someone's legs, someone's kneeling down, and you see their head, and then there's someone's legs over here as they're standing up. I swear to God, that is a shot in this movie. Or there'll be shots where the person's head is cut off, and then they're talking like this. And they're talking to people, blah, 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 blah. Why? Why? That's like one of the primary functions you do not do as a director. Is, you know, cut people's heads off like this. Unless you're specifically making, like there's a, like, okay, the Frighteners, Peter Jackson, who knows what he's doing. When you get Jeffrey Combs and is centering on his eyes, his mouth, and that's to garner the oppression that Michael J. Fox is feeling as he's a bit losing it. Not the case in this. Or there are times where he just has a camera going in a circle and makes you fucking dizzy. It takes you out of the story. She's like, why the fuck is it framed like that? And why is it being filmed like that? And it's just so many questions. Like, the kids themselves, they don't notice themselves aging. How will you not notice? Even if you're a 6-year-old kid, you would notice if you aged a couple years. Wow, I'm taller. Wow, my voice doesn't sound a bit weirder. Even the older sister, she doesn't realize she fucking aged a few years. How would you not notice? Are you that fucking stupid? And then, like, for each person, like, the way people act and react to situations. Like, when they find this girl who died with mid-sized sedan, and they see that these kids are, they are older. Much, much older. So the surgeon's like, did you do it, Mr. Black Man? Where did that come from? Oh, we just have to have some guy who's racist. And then as he gets older, he's so he goes crazy. Because we gotta have that in the movie. And he keeps like asking, what's that film with Jack Nicholson and Marlon Brando? What's that film? I guess they did that to show his first signs of dementia. They try to do some body horror, which could be potentially interesting. Like this one, the mom has this tumor. And this one, like, sometimes, like 5 minutes ago, oh, it's the size of this. Then they open it up. Now it's the size of this. And I'm like, how does that work with the other? It just, whatever the fuck it wants to with this aging thing. Sometimes they'll stand still, sometimes it'll be like this. It just, whatever the fuck it wants to. Inconsistent. Like, the cut on the guy's face heals instantly. And again, maybe in a better film, or a film that's trying to be more fun and less pretentious, or with better direction, better framing of shots, better actors, I could let this stuff go. Because, like, the potential of you try to do surgery and it keeps healing up before you can get in. That's a potentially interesting idea. So you have to heal it and they have to force the wound open in order to get this big tumor out. The idea is interesting. The idea is interesting. But a lot of it just comes off as unintentionally hilarious. Well, I know this is supposed to be disturbing, but it's like the one kid and the other girl's, the other couple's little girl and the one kid who's 6, they're like under a tent. I keep feeling these things. Yes, my mind is changing too. And they're under this tent. And then the next time we see them, they're walking out, and the one girl's already pregnant. Somehow these kids knew about sex, and they knew how to have the sex. Not the butt sex, but the Virginia sex. Vagina, but it's funny. The Virginia sex. He put his penis in the Virginia. And then she's already pregnant, and like, what the fuck? And then the way they act. I can't even explain how these people act. Like, wow, my 6-year-old daughter is now older and is pregnant. The way they act is not... And then the kid who's like grown is like, I'm going to marry her and we are never going to get divorced. What the fuck is going on? And then all of a sudden she's in labor and they get the baby out and then the baby dies, which I don't know why the baby dies. Because you can feed it. Oh, well, it wasn't taken care of. What do you mean by taken care of? You mean food? Give it food. If that's the case, then you guys, you're not always drinking and eating. You guys be dead and starving to death. Like, how does that work with your bodies? If you're aging that rapidly, does your body get depleted? And you could starve to death? Think about it. If you get cut, it instantly heals. Wouldn't you instantly be starving to death? And you gotta keep eating to starve to death? Nope. That's not part of it either. So then the baby dies because it's not taken care of. What do you mean by taking care of? You mean food? Well, you guys aren't eating food. I don't remember a fucking scene where they're eating food or drinking. But you guys aren't immediately starving to death and, you know, going like thinner, Stephen King's thinner. No. So it doesn't mean it does whatever the fuck it wants to do. There are no rules. So there are no rules. I don't give a shit as much about the plot. I'm like, it's just going to do whatever the fuck it wants. Like the doc surgeon goes senile and kills the black guy. You know, the guy that didn't age. You think you would do... No, why is no one asking more questions about, wait a minute, this guy's not aging. Let's really look at this guy and see why he's not aging. Let's ask him as many fucking questions as we want instead of him just going, black don't crack. Which again, he's next to a black girl who is cracked, so even that joke doesn't make sense. It's a shitty joke. I keep moving my chair because I just... My ass itches. Not really, but just... What the fuck? So, one guy tries to swim it. I guess he blacked out, he drowned. The black lady... who's his girlfriend, she has an epileptic seizure for a while, then she goes into seizure, keeps having it and dies. Mid-sized sedan got stabbed to death. Oh, the mom and dad, they die from old age. They didn't even look that old either. You think if they're old enough to die, they'd be really like old... 80-year-old, they don't look it. They didn't look like it at all. Okay. The fucking old lady who's the first to die, she looked older than these people who's supposed to die of old age. You don't care about the characters because why should you care about the characters? What is it about these characters you're supposed to care about? They're not fun. They're not emotionally drawn in. It's the cliche, oh, a couple that's fighting, and then they make up. The acting is awkward. The interactions are awkward. The kids are acting like fucking robots trying to act like kids. There's no reason to care about any of these characters. It doesn't do a good job developing them at all. At fucking all. Oh yeah, it does. How? Be my guest and explain how. The doctor surgeon goes crazy. The mom cuts him. It's rust. It acts like a poison. Thanks for telling the audience. And then his body gets poisoned up. If you see the thumbnails and like a guy's face, it looks all fucked up. That's what it is. It's from the rust poisoning him and he dies. The grown brother and sister, they go into a cave and that woman with the calcium deficiency, she accidentally breaks her bone and it immediately heals. Again. So apparently a bone... Again, this whole time thing... If you get cut, it heals like Wolverine immediately. Apparently the bones are the same thing, even though bones don't heal as fast as cuts. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm just wrong. But a bone, and then it heals automatically. And then she breaks another bone, heals automatically. She has a calcium deficiency. That's why her bones are breaking so easily, I guess. And when she keeps doing that, she has light a match, and she's a fucking pretzel lady. I laughed. I laughed in the fucker's face. That was not scary. It was not disturbing. It was funny as shit. I'm sorry to people like Tyro Madness. I'll name drop him. He did a 3-minute review. The 3-minute review was, woo! M. Night, can I be in your movie? This movie was almost perfect. Almost perfect? Mr. Tyro Madness? If you don't know, I mean, he's a guy, I mean, got 1 million subscribers. But, you know, 3-minute review, that's not even a review. Just, hey, can I be in an M. Night movie? Woo, and it's almost perfect. Teach their own, man. That's why I say, teach their own. If you like this film, teach their own. I don't get it. I don't need to get it. It's not my job to get it. It's just my job to get my own. When I all don't like it and dislike the same thing, oh well. And he's like, oh, that was... He did mention, oh, that was creepy. Creepy? I don't see how this is creepy. It looks silly. It looks ridiculous. The effects are shoddy. It looks fucking goofy. Pretzel lady. Makes me want to eat some pretzels. It looked dumb. It looked stupid. And it's bad effects. CGI. It's like the fucking, again, the grandma who's the roadrunner underneath the fucking house in The Visit. I don't get it at all. So, of course, she dies. The surgeon dies. The parents die of old age. Now the brother and sister are in, like, their 40s or 50s. But, again, they should still... Sometimes they have the mentality of a kid when they were growing up before. Now they don't. Now they're acting like they are 50 or 60. And I'm like... So which is it? Sometimes they have the mind of a 6-year-old, but then there's that piece of dialogue that says their minds are changing. If their minds are changing, then when they're teenagers, shouldn't they be thinking like teenagers? But that's not the case. But now it is the case. Whatever. Then you get to the ending where that little kid who was at the resort that gave this guy these puzzles, decoders. He solves it. Oh, yeah. Maybe they do act like kids because, oh, our parents died. Let's go build a fucking sandcastle. This, you know, when your parents... This is what I'm talking about. People don't act like human beings. Yeah, my parents just died. Let me go build a sandcastle. I think because this is based on a French graphic novel, and maybe that's called Sandcastle. I know it's based on something. So M. Night didn't even come up with the idea. Someone else came up with the idea, and he adapted it. I think it's like a French graphic novel. I can't remember. And it might be called Sandcastle. Don't quote me on it. But, oh, it's them realizing that time is fleeting. Make the most of it. Making the most of it of building a fucking sandcastle after your parents just died. Okay. Again, common sense doesn't win the day. I'm like, go ahead and die. This is a movie, I'm like, go ahead and please die. Everyone's too fucking stupid to live. Darwin. Natural selection, please. You get the Darwin Award. Everybody. But no, they say, the message says, my uncle doesn't like the coral. So they swim towards the coral. They find like an air pocket. They escape. M. Night, who's watching, he just assumes they drowned. Well, they've been under for this long. So no one decides to double check, triple check to find bodies. You think with all this research and all these people they have like 50, 60 people. You just send one person to go out and find the bodies. Plus, wouldn't you want to find the bodies to do an autopsy to see how their bodies are like? Wouldn't that be part of it? But they can't get on the beach because they would get older. Maybe that's why. So even then, again, part of that would be actually studying the body. Did you really do a lot of research just from watching? You're just watching from so far away? Can you really get a lot of great research data? Isn't part research data taking blood samples? But no, if all these people turn to fucking bones and you don't go on the beach... By the way, how many people have gone on this beach? Wouldn't the whole fucking beach be littered with bones and skeletons? Oh, they clean up. How do they clean up without getting the old age stuff? How do they clean up? Do they wear some kind of suit? Do they go in real quick and leave? How do they go in and leave? From the way the kids escaped? Well, they don't explain that. So again, this is all what I was saying before. This is so many fucking questions with the research data. Don't you want like blood samples, things of that nature? Do they get the bodies? Otherwise, again, wouldn't the whole fucking beach be littered with dead bodies or skeletons? At least skeletons, or do the skeletons just disappear as well to dust? I don't know if skeletons really do that. That's why we can find dinosaur bones. And yes, dinosaurs exist, despite those fucking morons. Yeah, by the way, there are morons who think dinosaurs never existed. Look it up, and you'll cry for humanity. We can find dinosaur bones. I think we can find fucking human bones. Where are all the human bones? Where are they? That old lady turned to a skeleton. Wouldn't all the other people turn to skeleton? Wouldn't you be walking around? If this is group 70... Wouldn't it be littered by fucking human bones everywhere? Do they go and pick the bones up? Again, how do they go in without aging? How? The cocktail. No, the cocktail is the potential cure. It's the rocks and shit that make, whatever, the beach that makes him... That's why they take him to that beach. That's what makes him old. I mean... And again, how much are you going to get from just watching? Don't you? I didn't need blood, DNA, skin samples, pubic hair, whatever the fuck you need. No. I watched from 500 feet away. This guy stabbed another guy. That's a shitty. That's how doing the research for the medical drugs. Okay. And don't these families have more family that go searching for them? Or friends? Hey, it's like the fucking Fantasy Island thing when they did that movie. The horror movie. Hey, I'm going to this resort. I'll see you guys in a week. They never came back. Yeah, police, they said they were going to this resort. Okay, we'll go check it out. Oh, by the way, Mr. Policeman. We'll check. Wait a minute. All these people went to this resort. I wonder if they're lying. The two brother and sister escaped. They give it to a cop. The cop, I guess, is one of those people that doesn't automatically read this and go, this is fucking stupid. Throw in the garbage, whatever. Okay, these guys are crazy. No, he looked into it. Wait. All these people are missing people. Let's go look this out. And again, just going for like 10 minutes to explain your ending. Because it's like they escaped. Then we're with the research guys and gals. Then they're talking about their research. And then there's a cop there. And then there's the brother and sister are also there. And then the guy's talking to a little kid who he talked to earlier in the film. And then they're in a helicopter. And they're flying away. And I'm like, I don't care. Just end, please. I'm 10 years older after doing this fucking review. This movie is stupid. There's a lot of shit that doesn't make sense if you think about it. Again, the ending, all those questions, feel free, it's not that smart. It's inconsistent as aging. People age, some people don't. The age differs, wherever the fuck the plot feels like it. The body horror has potential, but maybe the rust thing and be able to do the surgery thing would be in a better movie. The pretzel thing is just ridiculous, laughable, and silly. The acting is terrible. The acting is almost on the Happening levels. You took an interesting idea you made into a shitty, laughable, unintentionally funny, poorly framed M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong shitfest yet again. I'm tired of this guy making movies. I'm tired of this guy getting jobs. There's many better directors, better writers that don't get jobs. This guy can please, will you please fucking retire? But no, even this made money. And then again, this is just a 6 on IMDb. I'm tired of this guy getting the free pass. He doesn't deserve it, in my opinion. He's a hack of a director. He's more of a hack of a writer. He does not know how to write human beings. He does not know how to direct human beings to be any point of natural. He doesn't know what the fuck the word natural means. And it was boring as hell. It wasn't scary. It wasn't creepy. I didn't. Just go watch the X-Files episode .com. DODKALM. Go. I'm sure there's plenty of Twilight Zone episodes that did the same thing. I would almost guarantee it. So, yeah, just go watch that. At least those are shorter. With that said, we'll see you guys later. Fuck M. Night. Can you please go to sleep and say goodnight to your career forever, M. Night? Can you do that, please? Thank you. God damn.